Picture this. For several months, Voyager 1, a spacecraft older than the internet, was completely quiet. It was 15 billion miles away. There was no signal, no information, just silence. It was a silence so complete that it seemed like the universe had closed a door. Scientists were very worried. Had our most distant explorer finally stopped working in the darkness? Then, just when we were losing hope, a faint signal came back. However, it wasn't a typical message. It wasn't a restart or a checkup. What Voyager 1 sent back shattered the idea we always believed, that space beyond the sun was just empty. Because Voyager showed us that it wasn't empty. It had form, movement, force, and limits. It had made it to the other side. But what it discovered there was unlike anything anyone thought. Stay tuned, because the truth Voyager is finding about the space between stars is more amazing and disturbing than any story could imagine. When Voyager 1 crossed the edge of the sun's influence in 2012, it became the first thing made by humans to truly leave the sun's protected area. Many people thought it would float into silence, going into a dark, still emptiness. After it started sending signals again, Voyager sent back data that stunned scientists who study space. Space beyond the area influenced by our sun isn't silent. It's making a humming sound. A constant, repeating low sound is everywhere, like a heartbeat. Voyager's device for measuring plasma waves found a faint energy moving through space between stars. But there was more than just the hum. The spacecraft also found sudden increases in density, like pressure waves from very old supernovas. It's like Voyager was traveling through layers of history, areas in space shaped by stars that exploded long ago. Space between stars is not just empty, it's like a swirling ocean with unseen flows and echoes. Voyager is like a small boat, traveling without seeing through weather we didn't know was there. As Voyager went further, its devices created a picture that no telescope could. A hidden structure in 3 dimensions. Its device for measuring magnetic fields found a big difference in the galaxy's magnetic field, twisting strongly against the sun's field, like 2 large pieces of the Earth's surface pushing against each other. This wasn't by chance. It had a pattern and a structure. The magnetic chaos that Voyager measured suggested something bigger. The universe has a giant invisible structure made of magnetism. It guides matter, controlling its movement. Some areas block cosmic rays, while others channel them like rivers of energy in space. Voyager discovered a boundary where the amount of high-speed particles suddenly increased. These particles came from far-off black holes and exploding stars. The change was quick, like entering a new environment. We once thought the sun's influence faded gradually into space. But Voyager showed it end suddenly, like a steep drop-off. Beyond this point, the universe works differently. Near the end of 2023, Voyager's mission seemed finished because its signals were unclear and the data was unreadable. The old systems on the spacecraft, made in the 1970s, appeared to be breaking down. However, NASA engineers didn't quit. They found the problem was a damaged memory chip, probably hit by a cosmic ray, which is what Voyager was studying. Even though the spacecraft was incredibly far away, they managed to redirect Voyager's software to a backup memory system. They fixed very old technology using commands that took almost a full day to send and receive. It was like using old tools from the 1970s in a time machine to perform an operation. But it was successful. In April 2024, Voyager started working again. First, its technical information, then its magnetometer, followed by its plasma and cosmic ray sensors. One by one, the devices turned back on, and each time it restarted, the spacecraft gave us something new, something that no computer model, telescope, or artificial intelligence could ever provide. Real information from the dark space between stars. Voyager wasn't just fixed, it was new again, and with it, our way of seeing the galaxy's deepest secrets was also new. What Voyager sends now is more than just numbers. It's a plan, a working guide of interstellar space. Scientists are using its information to create the first galactic GPS, not to travel through planets, but through areas of radiation, magnetic limits, and tiny invisible clouds. Voyager has gone through at least 2 interstellar clouds, areas of thicker gas and plasma that move like invisible fog. And in each one, it recorded different conditions, temperatures, and magnetic positions, like crossing countries with borders you can't see. One day, these maps might lead future space travelers through safe paths, using natural magnetic protection to avoid dangerous cosmic rays. But even more important is what these structures could mean. Some star experts think the data from Voyager could show how stars are created. The way these threads and high-pressure areas move stuff around might be where new stars will form. Voyager is more than just a spacecraft. It's like a map maker and explorer. The path it's following could help us understand how the galaxy is put together. We used to think space between stars was all the same, just empty with particles spread out, but Voyager 1 is showing us it's very different and always changing. It's not just empty space, but more like an atmosphere with different pressures, swirling currents, and even storms. As the spacecraft goes further into the galaxy, it's running into what scientists now call space weather. Using its tools that measure plasma waves, Voyager has seen quick changes in temperature, thickness, and energy. It's like it's flying through patches of unseen fog, each with its own environment. These changes aren't random. They have a structure, layers, and clear edges. Voyager has found clear borders between small, thick clumps of gas and plasma that were likely shaped by stars that died long ago. Some have stronger magnetic pressure, others have more radiation, and some make low sounds like distant thunder. It's like finding ocean flows in a place we thought was a desert, if you compare it to Earth. Voyager's journey shows that the galaxy isn't still and unchanging. It's active, moving, and alive. As Voyager travels through the galaxy's outer areas, it has encountered something very strange: the local bubble. This is real science. It's a huge, unseen hole in space, hundreds of light years wide, probably created by many supernovas a long time ago. Voyager's data suggests it's now mapping the bubble's edges, going through areas where things change quickly and magnetic fields are twisted. These boundaries aren't just interesting to scientists. They're like marks or leftovers from big explosions in space, found in the matter that now surrounds our solar system. Some scientists think that Voyager is picking up signs of those old explosions in these areas, not just in a symbolic way, but actually through charged particles and magnetic waves that have traveled thousands of years to get here. These are the remains of dead stars, and they affect the space around us. Studying this information is like figuring out the galaxy's lost history. What we're learning now could change how we understand the history of everything, from how stars formed to where our solar system came from. One of the strangest things Voyager's new information shows is that space isn't silent. Our telescopes can't see anything in these areas, but Voyager can hear things. Its instruments that measure plasma waves have detected constant, low sounds that never stop. Some of these sound frequencies seem to change a little as the spacecraft moves, as if it's entering new areas of vibration. These aren't radio waves or background noise from space. Instead, they seem like the interstellar medium itself is vibrating, like a song being played through magnetic fields and clouds of plasma. Maybe it's like space weather or the galaxy's heartbeat. Some scientists now think this humming sound could be a sign of how the galaxy organizes itself, a result of how gravity interacts or how magnetic fields move around. But other scientists are more careful. They wonder if this constant vibration might be something we can't yet explain, something like a natural vibration, or even something strange and not natural at all. It's not just finding the signal, but traveling through it. The signal is now part of the music, and we on Earth are hearing it for the first time. Voyager's information is changing how we understand the galaxy. We no longer see it as a flat star chart, but as a living place with high and low areas made of energy and power instead of rock. Every change in the amount of cosmic rays, every change in how many particles there are, and every curve in the magnetic field are important markers, not just random events. Voyager's readings help scientists create what could be the first real map of interstellar space. Think about mapping areas with high levels of dangerous energy, areas where cosmic rays are weaker, or borders where old supernovas pushed material into unseen ridges. This isn't a fantasy, it's new mapping work, and Voyager is leading the way. Plus, these unseen features are not just dangers, they could also be routes. Paths with low energy could help future space missions travel safely between stars. Or they could show us where matter gathers and stars are created. We are starting to realize that space is not just an empty background. It is a lively, shaped area. Voyager 1's mission shows how we can exist in the larger galaxy. It wasn't sent to discover life or take over planets, but to explore calmly and reliably. It was like humanity quietly speaking into the emptiness of space. This machine traveled farther than anything else we've made, carrying only questions and signs of our existence. But what it's finding now is more than just information. It's a big surprise. Space isn't the quiet emptiness we thought. It has layers and structure. It's alive and seems to hold a memory. Voyager, though old, partly broken, and using old technology, is the only thing we've built that's brave enough to cross that boundary and keep sending back information. Its findings are showing us that we never really understood the place we live. The heliosphere, the area that protects us, isn't just a border in space. It's like a safe, cozy place. Beyond it is a place shaped by old explosions, unseen flows, and magnetic marks from stars that died a long time ago. What Voyager has discovered is real. It's not about alien ships or shortcuts through space. It's something more real and maybe scarier. It's the understanding that we've always lived in a delicate, safe spot, floating in a sea that's much more dangerous, changing and complicated than we ever thought. Each signal Voyager picks up, every line it draws, and every change it figures out helps us get closer to one big idea. We weren't supposed to just stay within our solar system's limits. We were made to go beyond, to listen more carefully, and to realize that space isn't just an empty place to get through, but a story to learn from. And right now, Voyager is starting the most amazing part of that story. So, when you look at the night sky and only see stars, remember that far away, a messenger with a gold plate is still moving, still listening, and still mapping the hidden parts of the galaxy. And perhaps it's reminding us that the real challenge was never just about going to new places. It was always about our need to understand things. If you've gotten this far, you're more than just interested. You're one of the few who really pays attention when the universe quietly speaks. So, tell us what you think Voyager 1 will discover next out there, past the maps, the models, and everything we thought we already knew. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications because this is more than just another story about space. Believe me, you'll want to stick around for when the next message comes.